guys, welcome back, it's Danny. So a viewer of mine asked me a while ago how to grow different types of orchids in one home since they have slightly different requirements. And I thought about it, and since I'm growing my orchids in the home, I don't have a greenhouse, I have a balcony. I think I came up with some ideas of how you can grow them in your home and make them rebloom and so on. My great advantage is that I can actually play with the temperature as much as I want in the balcony because I don't really stay here too much. I think I can give you some ideas of how you can treat them and care for them in your home. Now, first things first, you have to know that you really cannot grow any type of orchid in your house. Some of them really require special care and they would do much better in a greenhouse. I myself can't grow some species and some varieties like Masdevallias, Draculas, and orchids that do require a low temperature all year round and high humidity. I might make an experiment in the future, but I just stayed away from them because I know in the summertime temperature and humidity is all over the place, and I really don't think I can grow them successfully. So be realistic. But the good news is there is such a wide variety of orchids, beautiful, beautiful hybrids you can grow that, you don't have to feel so sorry that you cannot really grow everything. And second of all, you have to take into consideration your environment and your climate, your temperature, and seasons and all of that. There are some ways to make some orchids rebloom even if you don't have a very cold winter, I will post some links in the description. But anyway, with that said, let's see how we can grow as best as we can different types of orchids in our home. So I'll start with Vanda orchids because they require the most light out of all the orchids that I own and all the orchids you can find really easy in the stores. Now, Vanda orchids are very, very easy to grow just as long as you remember to water them daily if you keep them hanged like I do. There's also the possibility to keep them in a glass vase, only the root portion of the plant, and you can actually water them less. And there's also the version with potted Vanda orchids. I've never tried a potted Vanda. It is doable, it is possible, it's a personal preference. I don't really want to do that. I'm much happy with them, much happier with them hanged like this. I can really hang them, I have the space, so it's really a personal taste. But if you want to grow them hanged, you just have to remember they do require daily watering in the winter time, and in the summertime maybe even more to be properly hydrated. But one thing is for certain, they love light. And if you have a place in your home which is very, very, very sunny, then you can really place them there. It's really easy to hang them on, the stuff that keeps your drapes in place. I'm not sure how to call it. You can hang them there. They can face the window. If you have a sheer curtain like this one in the summertime, it would be great so you don't burn them. But personally, I did keep them in full sun, and actually I didn't manage to burn them, so they are very tolerable to the sun. If you see that there is a slight beginning of a leaf burn or something, just put a clear or a sheer curtain and that would be just fine. So a Vanda orchid is actually really easy to care for in a room, although many people run from it, I don't know why. Just remember to soak it really, really well for about 15 to 20 minutes just before you leave for work or something, and then just place it hanged, if you want to keep it hanged, next to your window, and all should be okay. Regarding temperature, don't ever let it go below 15 degrees Celsius. It can tolerate quite high temperatures. So if you feel comfortable, she will feel comfortable. So what more can you ask, actually? And also regarding humidity, of course humidity is beneficial for all orchids, but I've discovered, especially with the whole hybridizing thing, they're not really fussy about it. Many of them are not so fussy about humidity. So if you feel that you cannot provide 80% or something relative humidity, don't worry. These plants will do just fine. Of course, there are some advantages, like the flowers might last longer if you have higher humidity, but I will not get into that. If you want to keep it as healthy as you can, then you can absolutely do that in your home. So okay, I think I've covered the Vanda orchids. Don't be afraid of it. Give it a lot of sun, and don't forget to water it daily if you keep it hanged, and it will be happy and it will rebloom for you. This is actually how I keep them. I water them once a day in the winter time, in the summertime more, depends how I'm home. They did great, they're reblooming, and yeah, totally you can grow this in your home. Find the brightest location you can. If you have a home that doesn't receive bright light for most of the day, maybe this is not the choice for you. So yeah, but if you have a very bright window, definitely you can try out a Vanda. She's really easy to care for. Cattleya orchids are pretty similar, let's say, regarding light requirements. The brighter the light, the better they will grow. The thing is, they can actually get sunburned, and I have one, but it's not here at the moment. Anyway, if you acclimate them to the sun, they can withstand full sun as well. But I would suggest you give them direct sun in the morning and late afternoon in the summertime, and then in the winter, if the temperatures are low enough, you can try to place them in direct sun. Now, they do require a lot of sun in order to rebloom nicely for you, and I have an example here. This Vanda orchid produced 2 flowers this summer per cane, and after intense lighting, now it's producing 4 to 5 flowers. So yeah, light is a really crucial thing for this orchid. Regarding humidity, they're not really fussy. Again, humidity always helps orchids, but some of the hybrids are really grown to have less requirements regarding humidity. So you can totally keep this plant in your home, totally. Don't have to hassle with a lot of humidity. If you missed it, then that's fine. Just be sure you don't leave water standing here where the leaf meets the pseudobulb. Other than that, give it bright light. You can use a sheer curtain like this if the sun is too hot, and it can also stand with not watering for a few days. If you forget to water it, it's okay, just don't leave it too much. But other than that, if you have a bright location in your home, whatever the case, you can grow it. Temperature wise, it's pretty much the same as a Vanda orchid. It can tolerate high temperatures, can tolerate as low as 15 degrees Celsius in the winter time. So definitely this is a very good choice for your home, I would say. Now, going lower in the light requirement, we have the Oncidium orchid, which again I find is a great orchid for your home because it's really not fussy, especially regarding humidity. I've had Oncidiums rebloom in the humid part of my balcony and in the dry part of my balcony. There is kind of no difference. So some of the hybrids are really well adapted to low humidity environments. I will not say it again, but of course humidity helps, so if you can mist it from time to time, making sure you don't leave any water standing where the leaves meet the pseudobulb, that would be great, but it's really not imperative. So Oncidiums do prefer bright shade. They don't require as much light as a Vanda orchid or a Cattleya orchid, so you can totally grow it if you have a slightly shadier house, but in order to have a full bloom, and often reblooms, let's call them, they really like morning sunshine and then very bright shade. So yeah, if you can grow Cattleya orchids, totally you can grow Oncidium orchids. Really easy. Just remember to water them. They cannot really tolerate drought. I mean, they can tolerate it, but they don't look so good. All the pseudobulbs will shrivel and the leaves will crinkle, and it's really not a good idea to leave them unwatered. Other than that, temperature-wise, they can withstand high temperatures. They can withstand lower temperatures as well, lower than a Vanda and a Cattleya orchid, though it's not recommended. So if you have bright shade in your house, you can easily grow this one. And regarding reblooming, a slight difference between day and night is beneficial, but again, I've had Oncidiums reblooming in the summer where the difference wasn't that great, or the nighttime wasn't that cold actually. So it must mean that the particular hybrid was very well adapted to a home environment. So yeah, go for Oncidiums. They're absolutely great for your home.